steering wheel fixed. Boy, he has struggled here, but he just never gave up. He wants to race. 73 years old from Goshen, Indiana, sponsored by Smoky Bones Down Home Kitchen. White Lightning Transportation. It's Danny Ray. Danny Ray bringing up the back in the green machine. 100 laps on tap. No cautions here in NASCAR heat. Start and go. Starting lineup rolling into place here. It'll be 168, Daniel Nance on the pole. That rookie, after winning the Fast Car Dash, got a great starting spot. He'll be bringing the field down for one of the first times in his SUPRS career as the pole sitter. Very confident young man, 20 years old, out of Baldwinsville, New York, in that green number 168. Field starting to roll to the backstretch now. They get in line for this Bill Vukovich III Classic. Again, Nans on the pole. Anthony Corsiniti. Outside row number 1. Row number 3 has the veteran Gary Waldron. Row number 2 has the veteran Gary Waldron on the inside in the number 10, the white 10. Keep your eyes on Waldron. He's been fast here tonight. Next to him, Ryan Clunan in the number 13. Row 3, the 25. And here we go. They're rolling. And Danny Ray has the car going good out there. Here they come off turn 4. Green flag flies. Of course, Aniti's slow on the start. Wow. Like as Nance takes off. Waldron in second, Corsiniti third. Gang, we're up to fourth. Clunan drops to fifth. And 08 round out there. Trouble for Waldron in the backstretch. Gets into the backstretch wall. He takes a big bounce and drops back quite a ways as Corsiniti and Gang were going by. Daniel Nance, a rookie, leading this one. Waldron was able to hang on to fourth. Nance has a beautiful line, but Corsiniti's reeling him in a little bit. We know that Waldron is definitely going to have some damage. That's going to make for a long number of laps here at Mesa Marin. Steadily dropping back. Top three on the stretch all together. Car length in between them here at Mesa Marin. In fact, no longer around, but boy, when it was a doozy. Super fast joint. Beautiful facility run by Marion Collins. Always doing great things for the fans. Oh, Dan's a little bit of a scrub on the backstretch wall. That allows Corsiniti to pull up tight. Corsiniti getting a blast of gas multiple times this year. One of the most courteous drivers you'll see. He's not going to push it too hard too early, though. And Gangler shoots underneath Corsiniti into second. Corsiniti almost hits the wall, has to get out of the throttle. Waldron into the wall again, and Ryan Clooney gets by. Corsiniti hanging right with Gangler. Those two have been like bees in a pod all season long, man. Running right together. Very similar driving styles, very similar in speed. Dan's doing a good job. Getting a little bit rattled out there, though. Top four pretty much nose to tail out there. Daniel Nance running the Hyder Hawk here tonight at Mesa Marin, doing a good job with the lead. 80 laps to go, though. Corsiniti goes around as well. Luna gets by into third. And that was just a simple rookie mistake. Had done well leading the first 20 laps or so. We've seen veterans do the same thing. You saw Gary Waldron hit the wall twice tonight, and Nance does the same thing. He had missed it several times, just taking it easy out there and getting out of the throttle, but came back to bite him, that's for sure. $75 laps to go. Gangler with the lead. Corsiniti hanging on to second. We'll see if he can hold off Clunin. Gangler goes around the 08. Boy, Danny Ray's doing all right out there for having no practice tonight. 08, Smoky Bones Down Home Kitchen, proving that even the old guys can have fun with super modified sim racing. His compatriot and his buddy, 79-year-old Carl Becker, not here tonight. Unusual not to see Becker on the racetrack in a NASCAR heat game. Also, Keith Powell missing tonight, feeling a little bit under the weather, so a couple of NASCAR heat regulars unable to make the show tonight. Clunin trying to make a run of Corsiniti now. Lap 35. Trouble for Bob Haydock. His Gangler just gets around him. Haydock still driving with that injured knee. Pretty uncomfortable, saying he had a hard time last night even getting any sleep in, as he continues to go through therapy for knee surgery. So trying to keep things rolling out there. Haydock is trying to stay in the points, as is Danny Ray in the top 10. Pole sitter and rookie Daniel Nance still in this one, running in the top 5. 4th position, as a matter of fact, behind Ryan Clunin, as Clunin continues to work on Corsiniti. A couple of New Yorkers out there doing battle for 2nd and 3rd position on the track here at Mesa Marin. Corsiniti to the wall, and Clunin gets by. Tough luck for Corsiniti, who finished 2nd in this race in his first attempt last year. The race is still far from over, though. A lot of racing to go. Corsiniti able to hang on to 3rd position. Waldron unable to get by. Oh, and Clunin gets into the wall. And now Corsiniti goes back by. Remember, this race has a guaranteed starting position on it. Whoever the winner is, or whoever's the highest finisher that doesn't already have a guaranteed starting position for the Summit Classic 125 will get that guaranteed starting spot. So Gangler has won by virtue of winning the Wickham Memorial at Jennerstown Speedway. So if he continues on the pace that he's on, and it comes down to 2nd place, those two are fighting for that guaranteed starting spot right now. If you're tuned in on Twitch, make sure you let us know who you're cheering for and where you're tuned in from, so we can give you a super shout out. Thanks to all of our Twitch followers, as well as those tuned in on SUPRS.net on the SUPRS Live page for the 19th annual Billy Vukovich III Classic at Mesa Marin, presented by SUPRModified Scorecard. Right now, Bob Gangler leading 2nd place after some wall banging. Anthony Corsiniti, Ryan Clunin in 3rd. We're running the old NASCAR Heat game. First came out in the year 2000. If you want to find some great NASCAR Heat mods and have some fun, you want to check out heatfinder.net and themodsquad.info. Our friends over there are doing some great work, helping us out down through the years as well. When we got started back in 2004, they were around. And we're halfway home here in the Vukovich 100, the Billy Vukovich III Classic at Mesa Marin. Halfway home, 50 in, 50 to go. Bob Gangler, your leader in the number 25 RW Woodworking Machine. 2nd place, hanging on by a thread, it's Anthony Corsiniti in the number 12. 3rd place belongs to Rapid Ryan Clunin in that red and yellow simability.com sponsors machine. In 4th place, your pole sitter and the rookie in the race, Daniel Nance in the 168 Nance Brothers Racing green and black car. 5th place, Gary Waldron and the Michigan Hill Gang Kilowatt Supply white number 10. 6th place belongs to the black and gray number 14 of Bob Haydock, and rounding out the field in 7th position in the green machine, sponsored by Smoky Bones Down Home Kitchen, Danny Ray. Bangor goes around the 08 for the second time here tonight. Now, SUPRS has a 10% rule where if drivers go down more laps than 10% of the race total, there'll be a black flag pulled off the track. Don't see that happening tonight. So we're already 50 laps in, unless some guys really start to struggle, banging on the wall. The damage issues here in NASCAR Heat, not like iRacing, R-Factor 2, Assetto Corsa. The cars do incur damage, and it does get harder to drive them, but it's not like those other newer games. Okay, we're around the 14 of Hayden. Just tuned in, this is the 19th annual Billy Vukovich III Classic 100, presented by SUPRS Scorecard at Mesa Marin Raceway. SUPRS sim racing of the finest here on the SUPRS Broadcasting Network. Field strung out around the half mile here at Bakersfield, California, and Mesa Marin. Daniel Nance trying to get the rhythm going again after starting on the pole and falling back after scrubbing the wall. He's really trying to work up to the 13 of Clunin. Remember, this is his first season an iRacer by trade, a super modified fan out of Baldwinsville, New York, goes to Oswego Speedway, loves road racing, including going to Watkins Glen, watching the IMSA cars, the LMP cars, Daytona prototypes. He just loves them. He loves super modifieds, and he's out there tonight doing a great job. The rookie, Daniel Nance, out of Baldwinsville, New York, one of the drivers you can pick as your favorite and cheer on here on the SUPRS Broadcasting Network. Gary Waldridge, it's about a car length behind. Don't forget that. Oh, that was close. That was hairy. Very close out there. Thanks to FreezeGraphics.com and Hairbag Studios. Our video producer Kevin Timmons catching the action out there. And that's not easy to do in this old game. He's up there in Baldwinsville spinning the knobs and turning the dials and pulling his hair out. After an early server update that we had to work through, pushing us out a little bit later than normal for our start time here. Yeah, it's almost like that. It was back to the SUPRS Live at night. So we tried to start a little bit earlier just to get the guys out of here. And a long season, and it's all said and done. This is race number 36 of 38. To go, and the 25 leads the race. That's Bob Gangwer in the lead in the RW Woodworking Belfab Racing Products machine. Still hanging on to second. It's the Quiet Storm, Anthony Corsiniti. Rapid Ryan Clunin back a little ways, about 3 seconds from Corsiniti. who sits in third. Daniel Nance and Gary Waldron trying to put something together back there to rail him in. Hayduck and Ray still on track. In car right now with Daniel Nance. He's pulled up close to the rear nerf bar of the 13. A lot of finesse needed here when the car's running in normal mode. Drivers don't get to do a lot of tuning on the cars. It's really all in the steering. 20 laps to go. Danny Ray goes down another lap. We're at Mesa Marin with 18 to go. And those three really, because you got to count Daniel Nance in there as well. He's right there with Clunin. Corsiniti has a little bit of breathing room there, about 3 seconds on Clunin, but Clunin and Nance pretty tight out there. You gotta keep an eye on them. You know, really with 14 to go, this tire wear now is really coming into play. The right fronts are getting worn out. So that's going to make it tough getting through the lap traffic as close as they are together. Everybody's stretched out all the way around the racetrack now as they're just trying to bring it home here at Mesa Marin. 10 to go, 10 laps left. In the Billy Vukovich III Classic presented by Super Modified Scorecard here on the SUPRS Broadcasting Network. Okay, we're getting into the lead after early leader Daniel Nance scrubbed the fence. Good job. Nance led the first 20 laps or so of the race. The rookie Daniel Nance in that 168 doing a fine job in the Nance Brothers Racing machine. We're in the lead. Corsiniti second, Clunin third. Nance has dropped back quite a ways in fourth. 5 laps to go here at the Vuki. 3-lap traffic with 2 to go. And whoa, Waldron into the wall right in front of the leader. White flags out. Here he comes off of turn number 4. The first 4-time winner of the Vukovich Classic, Bob Gangler. Second place, Anthony Corsiniti. Boonin now crossing the stripe in third. Daniel Nance in for 4th. Gary Waldron after that late grease hit into the wall comes on 5th. 6th place goes to the 14 of Haydock, and 7th to 0-8 of Danny Reed finishing it out there after no practice here tonight. And what a run for Daniel Nance, your early race leader, man, able to come back, hang on, and finish the show out there after starting on the pole. Bob Gangler, your winner here tonight at the Vukovich Classic. We'll see if we can talk to your podium finishers, Anthony Corsiniti and Ryan Clunan, here in just a second. We'll let them get settled in and get relaxed a little bit after 100 laps here and see what they have to say about some crazy close racing for them out there after banging into the wall and having some problems out there. Able to bring it home. And those two swapped spots a couple of times out there. 25 minutes and 28 seconds. A little bit slower than last year's race. Not the fastest race on record. That was about 24 minutes. But still a good race out there for the SUPRS NASCAR Heat Super Modifieds. We'll pull, let's see if we can find our second and third place finish. Rapid Ryan Clunan and Anthony doing a good job out there. And after a second place last year, another second place this year, Anthony Corsiniti, man, if they're for second, you had to be wondering if you were going to be able to bring the teesforecast.com machine home in one piece out there after scrubbing the wall and swapping spots with the 13 of Ryan Clunan. How nerve-wracking was that early in the race there as things got shuffled around for you?
Yeah, that was pretty nerve-wracking there. First, when you got by me, I thought Ryan was right behind me. You came out of nowhere, got by me. Then I just followed you past Gary. And then Ryan passed me because I hit the wall. And then the next lap, he did the same thing. So kind of screwed each other on that one, but screwed ourselves anyway. But it was a good race, and I'm happy with second. You just checked out, and I was hanging on for a while. In the last 40 laps, I just rode around. So it's a good race, though.
Corsiniti in second for the second year in a row after running his first Vuki Classic last week. And Raptor Ryan Clunan. Now, I know you don't like NASCAR Heat so much, but a podium finish at the Vuki isn't too shabby, especially after having some fun racing with Anthony out there. From your standpoint, what happened when you two were swapping back and forth and a lot of shuffle and jiving going on with Daniel Nance leading up front?
Yeah, it was a good run, and I mean, you're always happy with a podium finish. After Anthony hit the wall, though, and I managed to get by him, I just straight ran out of talent and drove myself right up into the wall. So that's always a fun thing to deal with. Really fun battling with Anthony, though. Really thought I was going to have something for him until, hit the wall, got a little bit of damage, and that kind of took it out late in the race with the car going away. It made it interesting to drive.
Talk about a little bit, guys, about that pass on the rookie Daniel Nance after starting on the pole and leading the first 20 laps. He did a great job out there, but how were you able to get around Daniel there to make that pass stick?
Once everybody kind of went through, we just kind of freight trained. He kind of got pushed to the outside, and we just all managed to stay low. And that's the thing with NASCAR Heat. Once you get a good train of guys like that, it's real difficult if you get moved to the outside to get back low again and maintain a spot. So you're always fighting for that prime location on the track, whether it's the outside groove or the inside groove, because once you get pushed off it, it's real difficult to get back in and then keep with people.
Yeah, you try not to get into the guy might have got into Daniel a little bit, but you have to take it when you can get it, and it's a tight pass in there. You got to get to the inside.
Well, let's talk to young Daniel Nans, rookie of the race here. Daniel, your first Vukovich Classic 100. This is a tough joint no matter how you slice it. Here in Ryan Clunan, your third-place finisher, and Anthony Corsiniti, your second-place finisher, talk about how tough it was out there trying to get through and trying to keep the car in one piece, and even them banging the wall and sliding back and forth. You got your first one under your belt now, led the first 20 laps of the race. Fantastic job. Congratulations. How do you feel about finishing up where you were, and what was the toughest part of the race?
I felt like it was a pretty good race, and probably the toughest part about it was hitting things a lot. And I definitely feel like I could have finished third, but when I was catching up to him throughout the last stint of the race, I kind of hit him with the front of my car when I was right behind him, and kind of ruined that part. So I could only finish fourth after that.
Well, congratulations, Daniel. A great run for you. Learning every time you get out on the racetrack. Won the fast car dash tonight. I know you got to feel good about coming out of Mesa Marin and headed to Buckley next week, another NASCAR heat race. Well, folks, we're going to wrap things up here tonight from Mesa Marin and get ready to head on down the road to Buckley Speedway for the Golden State Classic 75 next week. That's a 75-lap race, that high bank 3/8 track, and we will wrap up our Fast Car Dash Challenge. Ryan Clunan, you pretty much put the seal on that tonight, making 8 appearances in the Fast Car Dash. No doubt about it. You've got the simmobility.com machine wound up and rocking this year, and looking at a solid third place in points as well in the championship. It's been a good season for you, Ryan, and while it's not over yet, it's pretty much all over but the shouting. Congratulations on the BMK Logistics Fast Car Dash Challenge.
Thanks. Appreciate it. I know I have at least one more week. I won't be making the final race of the season. But just want to give a shout out to First Finish Race Server, Sarebag Studios, BreezeGraphics.com, and Icing's on Top.
And a good run tonight for Clunan, winning the sealing the Fast Car Dash Challenge and also picking up a third place. But next week, April 18th, no broadcast for the Golden State Classic, but you can certainly check out our race results. We'll be back for Summit Classic Week coming up in 2 weeks, and that gets rolling on Monday night with the Cherry Breaker for drivers that have never won a feature race. As long as there's 4 drivers that are eligible, we will run the Cherry Breaker, and they'll become the last guaranteed starter. Speaking of guaranteed starters, congratulations to Anthony Corsiniti, picking up a guaranteed starting spot for his second place finish here tonight at the Vuki. I know that one is a bit of a breather for you. You don't have to run the silly races, Anthony, for the Summit Classic, and it looks like it is going to be a stout field for our season finale. How do you feel about that guaranteed starter, man? A little bit of relief?
Oh yeah, it's always good to be guaranteed starter, and you can just relax going into it. So hopefully it'll be a good run. And also, we want to thank Super Modified Scorecard for sponsoring tonight. Good race.
Corsiniti picking up the guaranteed starter and second place here tonight. Well, folks, thanks to, as they said, First Finish Race Servers, BreezeGraphics.com, Hairbag Studios, Icing's on Top, Specialty Cakes for all occasions, a proud sponsor of the SUPRS Rookie of the Year Award and the SUPRS Triple Crown of Super Modified Sim Racing. Grid-Finder.com, find your place on the grid, become a Grid Finder approved league, just like SUPRS. Burger Smokehouse, simple family traditions since 1927, on the web at smokehouse.com. I want to say thanks to Wags Custom and Cool Awards, making you look cool in Victory Lane. BMK Logistics, sponsors of the Fast Car Dash Challenge and the BMK Logistics President's Day Special, getting you your Amazon products to you in speedy delivery style. Also, special thanks to Super Modified Scorecard for sponsoring tonight's 19th annual Billy Vukovich III Classic. Well, folks, we're rounding out April in fast and furious way here on the SUPRS Broadcasting Network. It is spring is fully sprung for most of the country. We hope that you're able to keep it wing side up and wheels to the ground. In 2 weeks for the Summit Classic.
someone you love. I've been around